And as I was reflecting, just thinking about this last year, it's easy to get really excited about a new year, right? People are sitting back thinking about how 2021 is going to be better than 2020 and what things are going to do, whether it be weight oriented or reading oriented, whatever it is. People are setting goals. I wanted to just think about 2020 and be thankful again, even beyond Thanksgiving, just thankful again. And I thought about many hands make light work. We sit where we sit today, having not just survived, but thrived through 2020 because of a lot of different people. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the spirit of Many Hands Making Light Work. That's the spirit of kind of even our podcast. Like if you were to go through and find kind of the common thread, we are a couple that really believe, that the church and community and all that type of stuff is to be united, and that in being united, we are stronger together. Yeah. Who's the old lady on TikTok that you love?
Grandma Droniak. She's a sass. I feel like she's like maybe how I'll be when I'm that age.
You think you'll be that sassy?
I hope so.
You certainly are well on your way.
Yeah. Listen, do I need to tone it down sometimes? Probably. It's slightly likely. At the same time, this grr that I have within me, I feel like God uses that.
Yeah, that's your double-edged sword. Remember how we were talking about double-edged swords this morning?
Yes. It gives me like some oomph to take on things that maybe other people wouldn't take on, like you. And then it gives me...
I'm a project.
Something.
You've got to put in a lot of grr to put up with this guy.
Exactly. But then it also gives me...
My elbow. Oh my God.
We're getting old, babe. Baby, you're getting old.
I think I might have a dill pickle stuck in my elbow.
You like... An
right
entire pickle.
Right in the joint right here.
It's probably all the sodium deposits, all locking you up. But that's actually probably true. But this is how you know you're old, okay?
Yeah.
Today, a bunch of Christmas things came, because the kids got money from different people, and so orders came today. So Amazon Prime showed up in a big way at our house today, and the kids were jacked. They were so excited. Roman got a new butterfly knife. Don't worry, it's the safety kind.
They're just toys.
Sailor got this desktop boxing finger set and a desktop tether ball. And they were really excited. Everybody's like, yes, Amazon Prime's here. And I was like, yes, Amazon Prime is here because I got a new heating pad.
And a neck
pad. And a neck massager. And I was like, this really is telling about where I am at. Yeah. In my life.
Leave it to Amazon, making Christmas great again.
Yeah, right?
Christmas is no longer just one day. It's like...
It's coming for weeks.
It's darn near Hanukkah.
What does that mean? Because Hanukkah's 2 weeks.
I don't know.
You're an idiot.
12 days.
Okay, so... Sorry, I shouldn't call you an idiot, especially publicly. We'll save that for
public
later.
Shaming. Yeah. So tell me again how old you're getting. You were trying to explain to us.
I'm just saying I was really, really excited. The kids opened up the door.
You're old when you start having toilet paper being shipped to us.
Babe, listen. I would do that if it was cheaper.
Is that Amazon or 36-year-old?
Listen, you asked me a question, I'm trying to answer it. You have to shut your mouth for me to be able to do that.
Sorry,
okay?
How old are you again?
So this is the thing. The kids were like, yes, Amazon's here. And I literally came running out and snatched up my box. They're like, what is it, Mom? What is it? And I was opening it, and Ox was like, I thought it was what did he think it was? A gaming system? He obviously lost his mind because we do not have them in our house since the fateful PS. What was that thing, Ben? PS4 that lasted all of 30 days. And I was like, this thing's out of here. Yeah. My kids can't handle themselves. But he thought it was some sort of gaming system. I'm like, it's my heating pad. And I'm no lie, can't wait to get done filming because I'm going to try out my neck massager and heating pad.
I kind of want to pick on you, but I was equally as excited last week when my
chirp wheel
chirp wheel showed up. And just I mean, if we're going to stay on top of it, our guests that came over
they
were really
the chirp
excited
wheel
to see my chirp wheel too.
Yeah, they said that they had chirp wheel on their list. I actually posted on my story on Instagram, Facebook that I had gotten the chirp wheels. I was like, Merry Christmas to us, Yeah.
And
I got so many people commenting back oh, tell me about it. I've been wanting one. So
Next
I think
year
it's our demographic because it was definitely not teenagers asking us about the chirp wheel. Although it seems like the younger people in our home all got better cracks on their back than we did.
All right, so hey,
Okay.
let's do something that gives Ben a reason to make a big clappy cheer noise.
Okay.
And let's celebrate the fact that 2020 is almost over.
I know. I think 2020 with all of its yuck
Quirkiness?
was quirkiness. Just yuck was also really beautiful. I think anytime you grow, it's a beautiful thing, right?
Sure. Way to look at the glass half full. I appreciate that about you.
Thank you.
But I would also say, I think with all the good that came from it,
let's move
most
on.
people are excited just to
move
at least have a new number to pick on because you won't be able to say
true.
that. So 2020, well, you will be able to say that. But now there will be whole new issues in 2021.
We'll see.
It just doesn't ring like 2020. Like, what an appropriate year to be all crazy.
Speaking of, the number 20.
Yes, tell me about the number 20.
We celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary on the 20th of December in the year 2020.
Yes.
That's 420s. Oh.
Whoa. There's some people right now that are really cheering about the fact that you just said 420s.
And some people don't even know what that means. And that is
God
good.
bless you for not knowing.
Praise Jesus.
Don't Google it. Anyways.
Should we chop that out, Ben?
No, I think
Let's
it's
just
funny.
cut that out.
That just plays into the good old Rogalski humor.
I'm glad you think it's funny.
Hey,
Okay.
so 2020 is rolling to an end, and I thought it would be appropriate just to conclude, how is it that we survived 2020? Thrived, maybe. I think there's certain moments that we did more than survive, right? We always look for the silver lining. As you said, 2020 has produced some amazing fruit, and we about ready to make a fruit cake with it.
You said that last week, so that's old now.
You can't do it twice.
I don't think.
Darn. At least I'm not getting the commentating voice again.
Oh,
But,
maybe you should just
No. But to conclude the year, last week we did a little Haitian proverb. Thought it'd be appropriate to wing another one out there. Throw one more Haitian proverb out there. Maybe we'll retire it for a little while. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a whole series on Haitian proverbs someday.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
But as I was thinking about
you even showed up. You are here for it. You even showed up with the shirt.
Yeah, well, I haven't got that far yet, but yes.
I contemplated wearing mine, and then I decided to wear a sweatshirt because why not?
This thing is very old. I couldn't tell you how old this shirt is.
It's like the original.
This was one of our best sellers.
It still is.
At one point. And as I thought about 2020, there's a lot of things. I mean, we definitely give all the props to God, Jesus alone, His faithfulness, His goodness that carried us through 2020. But also a good old Haitian proverb, men en pile shai palu. Many hands make light work. I don't think that one's unique to Haiti. I've certainly heard many hands make light work or that type of theme. All right, so men en pile shai palu, many hands make light work. Joe, what does that have to do with 2020? Well, I've got a bunch of things at the bottom of my list to share exactly what I mean by it. But first, I wanted to ask you, Sam. What comes to mind when you think of many hands make light work? Because like I said, it could be extremely self-explanatory, right? I mean, by definition, it just simply means a very challenging task can be made easier if you have many people helping.
Yeah, I would say the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of many hands make light work is like Saturdays at our house that are like cleaning day. It's like all hands on deck. Everybody has a job. Like you're going to go do the floors. You're going to do all the dishes. You're going to clean the baseboards. You're going to wipe down the cabinets.
Yes.
You're going to do this laundry. It's literally all hands on deck. And if I or you were to do that all by ourselves, it would take hours and hours and hours. And we're able to accomplish it in like less than an hour when we're all chipping in,
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that is probably one of the most practical, simple ways to understand a big task being made light by a lot of people chipping in. Because when you live in a house with as many kids as we do, it doesn't matter what it is. Laundry is a big load. Cooking and doing the dishes after 10 people, 8 people, 12 people, however many people we have over to our house is a formidable task. You all of a sudden throw 3-4 people on drying dishes, some, to put them away.
Yeah.
What could take one person hours can be done in minutes. All right, so, cleaning the house, that one comes to mind. What's a way that you've seen maybe this proverb play out in Haiti specifically? Can you think of a situation? Maybe it's when we've had a team there. Maybe it's
many hands make light work. Yes.
Yeah.
I instantly think of the women in the school that are cooking for a couple hundred kids.
Every day.
And even though there's not a large team of them, it's a very small team, they're mighty, they all chip in, they all do their part. And I always love seeing them in action.
Yeah, walk me through the scene. So you pop in the door. What do you see? I mean, I can picture it right now.
Yeah, I can picture too. There's always, like the flames are hot. There's a huge pot of something, usually one or two things boiling, whether it's rice or beans or whatever. And there's somebody always like chopping up garlic, chopping up onions,
grinding the spices,
all of that stuff. And then always there's somebody who. What else are they doing? I'm trying to visualize it, babe. And I got sidetracked.
The assembly line, somebody's setting out all the plates. Somebody starts loading up all the plates.
Yeah.
Almost like a dance. You watch somebody start grabbing plates. They know exactly which students, are getting fed first.
Yeah. Then there's always somebody that's like dealing with the meat. Yeah, whatever they have to do with the meat, depending on what kind of meat it is.
It's a huge process to make a meal in Haiti. I don't know that...
Especially when we're talking, with the students is one thing, a couple hundred kids. But when there's like a mass food distribution, like for the community, holy mackerel! You're talking, that's a lot of work.
That's exactly.
And many hands are needed. Yeah. Or like when we have, on the times that we have a food distribution, you're taking thousands and thousands and thousands of meals and breaking them down into family packs. And it's really cool to see somebody's scooping the rice, somebody's scooping the beans, somebody's sorting the oil, somebody's bagging up the charcoal. Like it's so many people coming together to do one big thing. So I don't know. I guess we see it all the time there.
I won't say you stole my thunder, but that was the first one that I thought of too.
Sorry.
No, it's perfect. Whether you say it or I say it doesn't matter. It's just it's the first one that my mind goes to too, especially in this last year. It's 2019 and towards 2020. Food distribution was a huge part of what we did. And like you said, you start bringing in entire large tap-taps, not even just passenger tap-taps, but big ones filled with hundreds of bags of rice and hundreds of bags of beans and all the oil. And then to watch a team of people load all of that into a warehouse and then start busting it down into little family packs, like you said, it's pretty impressive.
Anyways, you think of the Amish.
I think of the Amish, and as I said, what one man couldn't do, and they've chosen to live a life of community, right? Void of, for some of them, electricity and big machinery. So it's not just their barn raising. I can't remember what it is exactly. Maybe we got some Amish viewers. Who knows?
They don't watch TV.
Hey,
that was the dumbest.
I've seen some Amish guys sneak around and watch some television. I'll tell you what.
Okay, stop. Anyways, go on.
But what I was saying is their entire community. I can't remember what day it is. I don't know if it's Saturday or whatever it is. But there's a day in the month that they just rotate. Their entire community comes and helps out a particular family to like help them get ahead, right? And
with some sort of like project
whatever it is, major yard cleaning, whether shucking corn, raising a barn, whatever it is. That is such a neat thing. That's what I think of right away. But how about you? What do you think of here in the States?
In the States?
Menapil, Shai Palu, many hands make light work.
I would think of like the Thanksgiving community dinners.
Ooh, good one.
There would always be, and it's so many parts. It's not just the people that are preparing the food, but you have, so for example, in our hometown, they always had this big community dinner. It was at the big, what is that center called?
For us, it was called the Cross Center, but yeah.
Like a big civic center, and thousands of people would come.
Tens of thousands of people.
I don't really know the number, so I don't want to exaggerate, but a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people would come, but to have the food, a ton of people donated. So people would drop off for a certain time period, turkey and stuffing and all the different things that are necessary to provide this meal for the community. Yeah. And then that day you have many, many, many people cooking, and then you have many people cleaning up, and you have many people serving people. Like, it is quite the undertaking for the community. I mean, you even have it's crazy. There's a lot of people involved to make that happen.
You just literally gave birth to 100 ideas inside of my head. But when I think, many hands make light work. Think of Salvation Army and the bell ringing that happens, for a few weeks out of every year. That's a lot of people in front of a lot of Walmarts and Targets and shopping centers, ringing bell for a short season, whether it's a family or a small group or an individual, and they will bring in, a good portion of all of what Salvation Army needs to care for the homeless and the disenfranchised of our communities.
Yeah.
So yeah, many hands make light work. Even think about church potlucks. Think about however big your congregation is. It would be a big undertaking for somebody to cook all that food, to have a fellowship dinner. Yet, at least some of the churches we used to go to, everybody would bring a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, even just like running the church, like generally speaking, you have a small group of people that are kind of always doing everything at the church, but it's still a group of people. If you didn't have that group of people, you wouldn't have, kids ministry running and worship team running and, whatever things, events, classes, whatever are going on throughout the week. If you didn't have people stepping up to do them, then they wouldn't be getting done now, would they? Or there'd be a lot of weight on like one or two people's shoulders.
So as I was thinking about ending 2020, right? We're just a few days. By the time people are watching this, is it going to be New Year's Eve?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be New Year's Eve.
Yep.
Not only will it be Ben's birthday the next day, woohoo.
The big 20.
The big 2-0.
But 20 and 2021, not 20.
Yeah, you'll be 20 and 21. You missed that one just by a year.
Way to go.
But he is a New Year's baby. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
But not only will it be Ben's birthday, it will be the start of a new year. And as I was reflecting, just thinking about this last year, it's easy to get really excited about a new year, right? People are sitting back thinking about how 2021 is going to be better than 2020, and what things are going to do, whether it be weight oriented or reading oriented, whatever it is. People are setting goals. I wanted to just think about 2020 and be thankful again, even beyond Thanksgiving, just thankful again. And I thought about many hands to make light work. We sit where we sit today, having not just survived, but thrived through 2020 because of a lot of different people. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the spirit of Many Hands Making Light Work. That's the spirit of kind of even our podcast. Like if you were to go through and find kind of the common thread, we are a couple that really believe, that the church and community and all that type of stuff is to be united, and that in being united, we are stronger together.
Yeah, for sure.
So in 2020, we got through, and I was just thinking about it. Like we are where we are today because people stepped up to the plate and provided us with places to stay when we had none, right? We left an island back at the beginning of this year.
Yeah, it was not part of the plan.
That was not part of the plan. They were under their own distress, government chaos, a lot of different things to show up right here in America in the midst of chaos. Yet, because of the grace and mercy of others, we had places to stay. People were borrowing us vehicles. Remember, we were at the boat barn and
getting clothes for our kids.
We showed up here. We showed up here with our backpacks. We had groceries brought to our house weeks on end. Finances. We could just even say finances. Our entire world changed so much that many people coming together to chip in finance-wise. We had people looking for homes for us, right? We had people that were coming to check on our house and giving us updates on how it was coming together, and we had people open up their homes to us.
And now that we're here, I see how far they actually had to go to get us house updates.
Right. Right, but I mean, all of this in the spirit of just saying, hey guys, we are still just a community of people, and
people that helped get our dogs from our house in Haiti to the airport. Oh my gosh,
the list is huge.
So many things, so many people coming together to help us out.
And in the spirit, could you imagine? Now, 2020 was taxing enough. Imagine all of those things where people didn't step in to help.
Oof. I can't imagine what that would be like.
Right. And that is the spirit of what I want to take from 2020 into 2021 and saying, hey, life is crazy. Life can get, really uncertain. But one thing that we can always still help each other. We can always be there to lift a little bit of weight for someone. We can always be there to help. And 2021 is going to be a year of favor for us. We're going to press really hard into our own lives, but also our organization, Upstream, and saying, hey, like this was a taxing year. This is also a rally back year, and getting those things back into place. I pulled up this scripture real quick just to even say, hey, this has a biblical foundation as well. In Ecclesiastes chapter 4, 9 through 12, it says, two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to, it says, but pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken.
I love that. It's good stuff.
That's a beautiful verse.
Are you getting teary-eyed?
Well, it is very easy to get sucked into the negativity of this world, of this life. You know me. I've been one of those guys that's, I serve every day happily, but I'm also very excited to get out of this place. Like, this world has a lot of its joys and it's an exciting place and moments, but it also is filled with sorrow and a lot of hardship. And the days that make it feel worth it are the days when you see humanity show up like this, where a neighbor comes over and, brings you over a piece of cake or says, hey, can I give you a hand with that? Like, those are the things that inspire me. Those are the things that motivate me. And I would say this in conclusion of this podcast is that 2021, as I'm pressing forward into 2021, it's not so much about going into something new, but reawakening something old in me. And that is that goofy, crazy, just love of God, of what our Savior has done for us, and just that reckless abandonment for others. Not in the sense where it is about forsaking family to go out and serve, but even just inside of our home. Think of the burdens that our kids carry some days and what ways we can come alongside them, or you carry and I can come alongside you, and vice versa. I just want to look at that nugget, the fact that burdens can seem big and overwhelming, but they're made easier when we all do our part.
Yeah, for sure.
So anything that you want to kind of wrap that up in?
I don't think.
Feeling good about it?
Yeah. Even though this was a very, very distracted week, I still enjoy this time, coming together and just hanging out with you.
Well, that's where Ben will make this burden feel light, because he will put his fingers to work and he'll
be a very busy boy editing this.
He'll edit it very nice. Well, guys, thanks for tuning into episode, I don't even know.
13?
13. Mm-hmm. Lucky number 13. God bless you guys, and Happy New Year.
All right, guys, that will do it for this week's episode of the Upstream TV podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week. We appreciate your support and watching/listening to the very end. It is New Year's Eve, and we hope that you are celebrating this new year safely. We pray for you guys going into this new year that it would be a year of change and a year of growth. If you have felt that you've been blessed by our podcast or by our ministry, you can give us a gift at the end of this year. We would appreciate any kind of support, whether it's giving to CSCS or to our general fund. You are making a difference by empowering people in this world. So we would greatly appreciate your support. We want to say thank you guys and God bless.